I never thought a quiet morning on my ranch would turn into a lesson in the law. The sun had just cleared the cottonwoods, and the air smelled of hay and dust. I was fixing a loose latch on the barn door, taking my time when I heard footsteps where they did not belong. This land has been in my family for 40 years. Folks around here know to call before coming in. That is when I saw her, a woman in a bright visor, arms crossed, looking at my tools like she owned the place. She said the barn might be a hazard and she needed photos. I felt my jaw tighten. This was my ranch, not her clipboard kingdom. I told her again to leave. She laughed and said, "Rules are rules." She walked deeper into the barn, snapping pictures of my tractor and feed bins. I raised my voice and told her she was trespassing. She said she knew the law and I was wrong. She pointed at the fence line and claimed the easement gave her the right. My hands shook, not from fear but from anger. I had worked cattle in storms and heat. I had buried my parents on a hill behind the house. I was not about to be talked down to in my own barn. I called the sheriff. While we waited, she kept talking, listing fines and threats. She said the board would shut me down. I told her to sit tight and stop touching my things. She rolled her eyes and kept taking photos. The sound of her phone camera felt like a fly buzzing in my ear. The deputy arrived in a cloud of dust. He listened to both sides. She spoke fast, waving papers. I spoke slow. I told him she entered without permission and refused to leave. The deputy asked her a simple question. "Did the owner invite you in?" She said no. She said she did not need an invite. The deputy nodded and asked her to step outside. Inside the barn, the light fell quiet again. The deputy explained the law in plain words. Private property is private. An association has limits. An easement does not grant free entry to buildings. Trespass is trespass, once a person is told to leave, and does not. He said it kindly but firm. Her face went red. She argued, he warned her once, then he asked for her ID. She tried to spin it, saying she was protecting the neighborhood. The deputy said intentions do not erase the law. He told her to delete the photos. He told her she could be cited if she stayed. She finally left, heels clicking, muttering about appeals. The dust settled. The barn felt like mine again. After that day, I read up on the rules. I talked to a lawyer friend. I posted no trespassing signs. I fixed the fence. I did not do it out of spite. I did it for peace. A week later, a letter came from the association. It was softer. It asked for a meeting. I agreed, on my porch, with coffee. At the meeting, I stayed calm. I brought maps and the statute printed out. I listened. I spoke when it was my turn. I explained where their reach ended. I explained respect. The board backed down. They apologized in careful words. We shook hands. Life went back to chores and sunsets. I share this because many of you know the feeling. You work hard, you mind your own business. Then someone crosses a line. The law is not loud, but it is steady. Know it. Stand your ground. Do it with a level voice. That evening I sat on the porch and watched the sky turn orange. I thought about how fast a small thing can grow into a big mess. When I was a boy, my father taught me that land is a promise. You care for it, and it cares for you. He also said trouble comes when people forget where lines are drawn. I slept light that night, replaying the scene, wondering if I had done enough. The next morning a neighbor stopped by with a pie. She had heard about it. Word travels on a dirt road. She told me she had faced the same woman by her shed. She had given in and paid a fine she did not owe. Her hands shook as she spoke. That pushed me to act. I called the sheriff again, not to complain, but to ask for clarity. He met me at the fence and walked the boundary. He explained the steps, what to say, when to call, and how to document. He spoke about consent, notice, and refusal. He said, the key is calm words and clear signs. He said, do not argue. Ask once, then call. Hearing it laid out gave me relief. Knowledge does that. A few days later, the woman returned with another board member. They stopped at the gate. This time, she asked to enter. I said, no more. She frowned. The other man nodded and thanked me for my time. They left. That was the moment I felt the comeback. Not loud. Just solid. Weeks passed. The board sent a new letter. It confirmed the limits. It promised training for volunteers. It closed the matter. The payoff was simple. Quiet mornings returned. I fixed the latch and oiled the hinges. I fed the horses. I watched geese cross the field. If you are dealing with something like this, take heart. Age brings patience and backbone. Use both. Know your rights. Keep your temper. Call for help when needed. And if you found value here, please like and subscribe. It helps this channel reach people who need it. Let me know where you are watching from. I would love to hear your town and your stories. Thanks for spending time with me today. Share this with a friend who loves the land. Together we keep boundaries clear, respect strong, and mornings peaceful for years to come. Across this country we call home.